Hi, in this tutorial I will discuss question 3.4 and let's open up the slides and see the question. So you should be able to see the screen with the question. So we have the similar problem like we did in question 3.3. So we have an urn which consists of 30 balls now, among which 10 are red and 20 are yellow. And we want to find out the probability that we take the two balls and we want to find the probability that one ball is yellow and the other one is red. And we want to find out those two probabilities using two different settings. So in the one setting we do replacement, and in another setting we don't do replacement. So we are conducting experiment without replacement. Let's find out the solution. So first of all, we need to think about all possible outcomes in this experiment. So what results we can get. So doing this experiment, or in other words, by drawing two balls, we can get both of them being reds, first one being red, second row being yellow, or first row being yellow, second row being red, and finally we get the possibility that both of the balls being yellow. So drawing yellow ball on the first row and drawing yellow ball on the second row. So we are looking probability of RY, so probability getting red first and yellow second row, or probability of Y and R, yellow and red, yellow first and red on the second. So those are four exclusive events, so they cannot happen at the same time. So we want to find out probability of RY or YR. And let's start this exercise when we make replacement. So we draw the ball and put it back, okay? So proportion do not change. So probability of RY or YR must be sum of two probabilities, because those are two exclusive events. They cannot happen at the same time. So we sum two probabilities. Now let's look up each one. So what's the probability that I draw red first attempt and the yellow on the second attempt? So since there are 10 red balls and there are 30 balls overall, probability of drawing red on the first attempt would be 10 over 30. Okay, so it's 10 over 30. And we are replacing the ball back, so proportions are the same. So yellow would be 20 there, and overall would be 30 balls. So probability of drawing yellow would be 20 over 30. So that means what? Probability of getting red and yellow, that's the product of two numbers. So probability of red on the first attempt and probability of the yellow ball on the second attempt. Now let's see what's the probability of yellow on the first draw and red on the second draw. That would be yellow. There are 20 yellow balls out of 30, so that would be the product of 20 over 30 times 10 over 30. And if we simplify this, by taking out 0, so 1/3 times 2/3, it's 2 over 9. So we have sum of 2 over 9s, that is 4 over 9, and that gives 44%. Okay, so with replacement, taking one red and one yellow ball, no matter, I'm not caring which comes first. I only care at the end I do have one red and one yellow ball. That is 44%. All right, let's do the same exercise now using the experiment when we do not replace the ball. So we keep them after drawing, okay? So again, we have four possible outcomes which are given here, and we want to find out the probability of one red and one yellow, which can happen if I either take red first, yellow second, or yellow first, red second. Okay, now let's look up the first probability of red and then yellow. So red, there are 10 out of 30. So taking red ball on the first attempt is 10 over 30. Now I do not replace, right? So there would be still 20 yellow balls, but the total number of balls would be 29. Okay, so now I have probability of red and yellow is the product of those two probabilities. So 10 over 30 times 20 over 29. Okay, now let's look up the similar way probability of getting yellow first and red second. So there are 20 out of 30 balls yellow. So probability that of yellow is 20 over 30. Now I took yellow ball. How many total balls are left in the urn? There are 29, out of which 10 are red. So this ratio is probability of getting red ball. Okay, so probability of red and yellow is the product of those two probabilities. Okay, so if you multiply those two numbers now and then sum them up, you get 10 times 20, it's 200, 30 times 29, 870. So this is a probability of red and yellow. And the other one is, which is, by the way, the same number, it's equally likely, yellow and red, is 200 over 870. You sum them up and you get finally 46%. So the answer is 46%. So probability that getting one red and one yellow with replacement is 44%, and probability of getting one red and one yellow without replacement, it's 46%. I think that concludes the answer on that question. I hope this was helpful. Thank you very much for your attention.